So, welcome to the start of this special episode. Once again, we apologize for the delay between episodes, although we are getting shorter between it.
That's true.
You catch us at the end of a workday before heading off to potentially one of the most important matches of the season for this guy. For me, probably one of the least important matches of the season, other than screwing over this guy. So, if you don't know what we're talking about, this is a pre-match chat we're going to have for the Spurs City game, which we're going to go watch. And we're in an odd position in this part of the season.
37th game.
37th game. I'm going to let Julian take over whilst I eat the rest of my birthday dinner.
We had some awesome pizza and we had
is
awesome dessert for Jamie's birthday. So
Pizza
thank you for
and
that, Jamie.
birthday cake. You're welcome.
Lovely. Yeah, so essentially this is the 37th game. City have a game in hand and they are very much gunning, no pun intended, but gunning towards...
Where's the pun from that?
Yeah, the Gunners.
Okay.
Yeah, only the Gunners would know. So I'm hoping, well, they're gunning to get a result and all they really need is a win, right? The good thing about this game is the fact that Spurs have won one game and that was the previous game. So they can carry some level of momentum even if it was a game where they were actually losing and they came back by 2 goals. So I'm just hoping that the good level of Spurs comes out and they actually... the thing is, Man City have always incredibly suffered at this ground. I don't remember the last time they beat Spurs at this ground, even when they were not playing at their best. This is probably, no disrespect to Spurs, this might be their worst run towards the last couple of months. They lost like 4 or 5 games in a row. Yeah, fine, they were playing against the top 4 or 5 teams, right?
I would say that this is we need to remember that this is Andrew's first season.
Yeah.
And he's had to deal with, I know every team has had to deal with injuries other than Arsenal. But I would say that, he's learning the league a little bit.
Sure.
And, they started off very hot, but quite quickly you revert to your mean.
Was that 15 games in or 10 games in, they were top of the league? Something like that.
So I would say that was more abnormal and they've just reverted back to their mean. I think what's interesting about this match, and I think the dynamic that's being set up is, myself as a Spurs fan would like Spurs to lose, and you as an Arsenal fan would like Spurs to win. And I feel like I think there was a quote from was it Saliba? And for some reason, all the Arsenal players have started saying Spurs are really good and, they have good levels and, they're a very good team. And we never hear this out of Arsenal players for some reason for the rest of the season. I don't know why they're trying to gas us up.
To be honest, the Havertz interview at the end of the United game was quite funny. I mean, obviously the interviewer was pushing it, but he basically said we're all going to be Tottenham Hotspur fans, especially himself for those 90 minutes. So yeah, I don't know. Like the thing is, I think I like this sort of dynamic where we're kind of relying on Spurs.
You like the dynamic? Would you not prefer you didn't have to rely on
The reason I like the dynamic because all the footballers, none of the Arsenal footballers seem to be that nervous. They genuinely feel like they've done the best they could to drive City till the last game. Yes, fine, they should have beat Aston Villa, and then today we would be speaking about them having to just win the last game, right? But we all know, like, we can't say... I personally think the way Arsenal played against Aston Villa, we might have been deserving of a draw, right? But I still think Aston Villa did well. They beat us fair and square. But if we look at the whole of 2024, that is pretty much the only game we lost in the Premier League. So if we take that into consideration, we just had a one-off game. Like what, shoot us or what? Like, honestly.
To be fair, I would say that also speaks to the level of Man City.
Yeah.
That they pretty much we've been saying that they've been underperforming all year and everything, and yet they're still in.
They had a slow start.
The league.
The second half of their season has been extremely strong, and people just tend not to realize it. And a lot of players that we didn't expect are stepping up. Haaland dropped off. Foden stepping up. Guardiola stepped up. 4 goals in 6 games, something like that. Right? A lot of their players are stepping up, maybe because they're playing slightly differently up front. But I hope none of their players step up today.
So,
So yeah.
firstly, do we feel like do you feel like it's going to be a defensive game from Spurs, or do you feel like it'll be an open? I'm personally hoping just for an entertaining game, to be honest. I have no horse in this race. I would like to have got my money's worth and watch.
Yeah.
Ideally, a Man City 6-5 win. But if
If it's going to be a 6-5 win, my emotions are going to be going up and down. That's going to be insane. All I can say, I don't mind if it's a high-scoring game, but let it be 4-4, 5-5, 6-6. I don't care.
I have a feeling
Let it
if
be a
Man
draw.
City score, we'll see the real Man City. So either they'll score and try and defend it, but I don't think that's their style. If they score one, I think they're going to score many.
It all depends on how Spurs react. So I'm hoping that, because the thing is, Spurs still have something to play for. It's not like they've...
Do they have anything to play for, though?
The thing is, I have a feeling Villa could very easily lose their last game.
But even if they lose their last game, they're 5 points ahead.
Spurs have to win the next 2 games and they're in. If Villa lose the last game. Have you not seen the table?
No, they got 1 point. No, they're 6 points ahead.
No, 5.
6.
5.
We'll look this up right now.
They're 5. They're 5 points ahead. Because if it was 6, it would be like a 10-goal difference, and that's unattainable. They are 5 points ahead. So if Villa lose their last game and City, Spurs,
Who's their last game?
I forgot who it was. Probably Bournemouth or someone. I'm not sure. Have a look.
So, Villa are 7 points ahead. Wait, what? Oh, that's
5 points ahead.
yeah. No, wait. They are 5 points ahead.
5
You're
points
correct.
ahead. So it's all to play for.
It's against Crystal Palace, bro.
I know, but Crystal Palace beat United very convincingly 4-0.
Yeah,
Let's
but
not downplay Crystal Palace.
let's downplay, but we can downplay Manchester United. I would say that maybe they'll pull out a result against City in the FA Cup final. Maybe after scraping past Coventry.
They played quite well against us, their second team. All right, we didn't come out of second gear, but at the same time, I think it's not like Spurs are saying on paper we can't make it. On paper, we can make it. That's all they need.
On paper,
for
Spurs
motivation.
can make it.
For motivation, that's all they need.
But you're speaking from the perspective of an Arsenal supporter. Imagine the roles were reversed, and we needed you guys to win against Villa, for example.
We would do it. Because if it was, okay, if there was nothing to play for, we wouldn't do it. But us, as Arsenal fans, our aim was always to get top 4, because a lot of the seasons, that's the best we could do. And we were always trying to get that top 4 finish, no matter what the...
I personally
situation.
feel like, and call this cynical of me, based on last season,
Yeah,
I don't want top 4 next season.
okay.
It to me looks like, especially if you're a new manager and you get top 4 first season, you will suffer the following season unless you've got a seasoned manager and a seasoned squad.
I guess you suffer because your team technically doesn't necessarily...
Your team's just not equipped for it.
It's not equipped for it, not good enough for it.
We've
so-
already seen this season that Spurs have an injury problem, right? They've got their first team is great, but after the first team, the depth isn't there. They still need to build around that, and they've got a lot of fragile players. So for me, looking at Manchester United and Newcastle as the 2 not seasoned teams who were in the top 4 and then in the Champions League, the Champions League team destroyed them, both in terms of morale and in terms of squad, right? And then I don't think Spurs are ready for that with the squad they've got. So therefore, I don't think they have anything to play for because they've guaranteed Europa League, basically.
You know what's funny? If Bayer Leverkusen didn't have such a great season, Germany would not have probably had that 5th Champions League spot. And imagine the Premier League would have acquired that, right?
Yeah.
It would have made it even more interesting. Well, far less interesting actually.
Yeah. But I'm just trying to look at the table to see, have Spurs guaranteed. So Spurs are only 2 points ahead of Newcastle.
So they're not guaranteed 5th. So there's 2
Not
things to
guaranteed
play for.
fifth.
There's 2 things to play for.
Wait. No,
Are they
no, no,
guaranteed
no,
seventh?
no. They're 6 points ahead of
Okay.
Newcastle.
Okay.
So that
And what's the goal difference though?
goal difference is only
Wow. Okay. So
way in the lead of Newcastle.
no. So Newcastle's ahead.
Yeah.
So that means if Spurs lose their next 2 games, and Newcastle win their next 2 games, they leapfrog.
Who do Newcastle
Spurs.
play? Newcastle have Manchester United tomorrow.
Okay.
And then Brentford. And then who do Chelsea have? Because Chelsea are the other team who are on the same points. They've got Brighton tomorrow. And they've got Bournemouth. Brighton and Bournemouth. So not easy games.
So
But-
there are a lot to play for still for Spurs. It's not the end of the season for them.
Fine, then let's not let them win. Let's not let City win 22-0. But I'm down for like a 1-0 loss. But I don't want to watch a 1-0 loss. So I want a
Yeah.
6-5 loss.
I'm telling you, double figures is fine with me. Just let it be a draw.
So, because
doubt it.
ultimately, even if it was a draw, you'd be ahead on goal difference,
Yeah.
right? And it's
Yeah.
a 2-goal difference.
Three. It's
Okay.
a 3-goal difference, and also if we win our last game, that's going to put us to a 4-goal difference, which means City, because we've scored. I think the next thing will goals scored, right? And I don't know who scored more. No, I think it's head-to-heads, and our head-to-head against City is better.
Okay.
So even if a goal difference are identical, we win. Because our head-to-head.
So let's just lose like 7-0.
So basically,
Let's just lose 7-0 and just leave it like that.
Yeah, no. But the thing is, the funny thing about this, right? Let's say Spurs absolutely capitulate against City, right?
Yeah.
You do know the title's still not over.
I know.
It still goes down to the last game.
But it means that all
So-
City have to do is draw their last game.
But the thing is, what if they
Who's
lose?
their last game? Who's
What
their
if they
last
lose?
game? Is it Wolves their last game?
It's West Ham, who are actually doing pretty well recently, and they're the highest in the table in terms of all the other teams. Like we're playing Everton, so they're far lower. We should technically beat them. With the
But
form
I
that we have.
but I feel like it's the same thing of, would West Ham want to help you guys?
2 London teams. This is crazy.
Would they not be like, fuck Declan Rice? Fuck Declan Rice,
What
he
do
left
West
us.
Ham have to play for? That's the question.
Nothing. They're
you
mid-table.
Are you sure?
Like, West Ham are where in the table? West Ham are 9th in the table.
Can they get 8th?
No.
Yes, they
Well,
can.
they can get 8th. But
They can get.
they're 2 points behind with the game with Manchester United, Chelsea, and Newcastle all having a game in hand.
So they need to not just lose their 9th place, but they can gain a place. So all these teams have a reason.
What
to
does
play
getting
football.
8th do for you?
A little bit more money. Every stepping stone is a little bit more money. They
But-
can spend a bit more in the transfer market.
But they also just got loads of money from you guys for Declan Rice, so who cares?
And what exactly have they done with it?
They went from battling relegation to mid-table.
Maybe that's the team they are anyway. They just had a shit form last season.
Yeah, and
But
you know,
didn't
you
they-
saying this makes me feel like, why would Newcastle
Was it-
help? Like, why would West Ham help you guys?
But last season, didn't they win the European Cup?
Yeah. And
Just saying. We haven't won one. AKA Arsenal. Yeah. Anyway, so I think we should talk about maybe I don't know if it's valid to talk about, but maybe the recent last 3 games at Tottenham Hotspur for City. What were the last 3 results?
let's not talk about that.
It's not valid, is it?
It's not valid.
Because of the current form, which makes sense.
Current form, like we
But it's been a
scraped to win
fortress.
against Burnley.
But it's been a fortress. Spurs have been a fortress for City.
But okay, how about more relevant? What do you read into the situation I told you about, with the Spurs players doing a lap of honor for their final home game against Burnley, and then there was like a post of like they asked Ange like, why did you guys do that? Because you've got another home game, don't you? Like, oh, we forgot.
Is that what he said? I find
And
it quite
then no,
interesting,
but he
actually.
made the rationale was that people on Tuesdays can't stay late, the kids can't stay late,
yeah.
so they were sort of making it so that it's the
Yeah, I heard
last
that.
one that people can attend.
Yeah, I get that.
But it
I
also
think,
felt fairly symbolic of like, hey guys, I don't think Heung-min Son, Basuma just suddenly got an injury as well.
I hope their young talent step up. Actually, talking about young talent, right? Let's go on to the lineup of Spurs. And I found out on Wednesday that my sister's friend's son is going to be on the subs bench.
Oh, cool. What's his name?
Once you bring it up, I can't remember.
Spurs
Bring it up.
lineup.
He's 16.
Okay.
He's 16 or 17.
Confirm teams and predicted lineup.
We just put Spurs 16.
One eternity later.
Is it Mikey Moore? Does that
Yeah.
sound like him?
Yeah, he's a wonder kid. They are putting him down as a wonder kid. He's said to, this is my sister's. That's him.
Right. So shout out to Mikey Moore. I hope you win. I hope you
He's-
score a lot today.
Under 18 Premier League, 7 matches, 8 goals, and he is set to make his debut. Wait, recent? Was he actually recent match? No, but he was in. He didn't get come on, did he? No, he was on the bench. I think he was on the bench.
Yeah, he's there at the bottom.
Yeah, he was on the bench. They didn't sub him on. But he might be set to come on for Man City, and yeah, if he scores,
I hope he
gonna be
scores. So Mikey Moore, shout out to you.
Mikey Moore.
I'll try and tag you in this video.
yeah. So anyway, this guy, he's 16. Apparently, they call him a wonder kid, and my sister knows him.
Cool. Can your sister get us like?
I spoke to her about it. She's a work in progress.
Okay, cool. We can do a football video with him.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
We'll try.
you know, can two 32-year-olds
Oh shit.
beat somebody half their age?
He's gonna dismantle us if he's scoring that. If he's actually at a 16-year-old on the bench for Spurs, he must be good.
Yeah, I'm just saying. He's gonna kick our ass, but it'll be funny.
Okay. I'll see.
Like, you know, you can goal keep. Anyways, so shout out to Mikey Moore. I hope you get a debut goal against City. But unfortunately, I do also hope that you guys lose. As you
Mikey
know,
Moore hat trick, yeah.
Mikey Moore hat trick in a 7-5 loss.
Okay.
Okay, what's your actual prediction for the score before we go in? That's the last part of this video.
Ooh, this is a tough one. It's a tough one because I don't mind a win or a draw for Spurs, right? So I would say.
But what do you think's going
Okay.
to happen?
I don't think Spurs is going to lose today. I don't think they will. I genuinely think it's going to be played out to a exciting 2-2 draw.
Okay. I think it's going to be a 3-1 win for Man City. That feels about right. We'll revisit this after the match.
By the way, this is just me because I can't accept a defeat. That's why I'm saying it.
That's
But
why I asked you, like, what do you think's going to happen?
if I
But-
was going to accept a defeat, which genuinely in my heart I feel like, considering how they're playing compared to the other team, it is going to potentially be like,
Don't copy my score.
I would say a 2-0 win for City.
Okay. But you said 2-2, so...
No, I said 2-2, yeah. I said 2-2.
So we'll revisit this. We're probably going to cut to some interviews that we're potentially doing. If we're not doing those, then I'm just going to cut this part of the video too.
Okay.
And then we'll come back for a post-match interviews plus reaction to the game. This will be, by the way, the first time I've ever attended a football match.
Oh, wow. What the match to watch for?
What a
yeah,
match to
so,
watch! Like,
what a match to watch.
not as like never has so much been at stake for somebody else, for somebody to go watch a match. Like, nothing's at stake for me. I like everything's at stake for this dude. Anyways, catch you guys later in this video. As a final addendum, so Julian graciously got the tickets because I was at work at the time, and then he did say that if Spurs win,
No matter how they win, they just need
no
to
matter
win.
how they win, what about a draw?
Not even a draw. I don't care. It has to be a win.
Okay, if Spurs
Has to be a
win,
win.
my birthday present are the tickets.
Yeah.
So a part of me now does kind of want Spurs to win, but more of me doesn't want them to win, and I'm happy to pay you for it. But that's the bet, so let's shake on it.
Okay.
If Spurs win, I'll
Yeah.
get you the tickets.
Oh yeah. Oh no, I got you the tickets.
As in, I'll get you
Oh,
my
okay.
half of the tickets.
Okay.
Cool.
No, it's what if Spurs wins?
Yeah,
You
Spurs
don't
win.
have to pay anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay, if Spurs
Yeah.
win, I don't pay you anything.
Yeah.
But if Spurs lose or draw,
Yeah.
I'll pay you for my half.
What if
Which I
Arsenal-
should pay you anyway.
What if Arsenal win the title? What are you gonna pay me? Or what are you gonna give to me?
If Arsenal win a title, you should pay me back for what I paid you for the tickets, because it turns out it didn't matter.
Oh, that's true. That's true. All right. Anyway.
Right. Peace. See you in a bit.
Well, this one is a knocker. Step in on the dance and I does my dance. Everything scatter. Right? Right? Right now, man, active. Down with the game like a bandit. You bring the flame like a matches. So you test me now. Stop the slackness, I can stop. Active. 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 Running like massive.
That was it.
Let's start the bumper clap. Mash with them. Mr. Blanco, let's get massive.
So first of all, I want to ask, who are you supporting today?
Tottenham Hotspur, of course.
Tottenham Hotspur. You say of course. What do you mean by of course?
Because I'm Norwegian guy, and Tottenham is my club, and I don't have this, let's say, this deep hate against the Gunners, because I know that some Tottenham Hotspur supporters would like Tottenham to lose today because don't give Gunners the title. But I hope for Tottenham, of course, aiming for the Champions League fourth position. Of course, yeah.
And do you actually want Spurs to win today, or are you happy for them to lose?
No, of course I want them to win. Yeah.
And you don't mind if that would hand Arsenal the title?
Not me personally, but I can see, let's say, for all the other Tottenham, especially the English supporters, that they can feel that this is not good for them. But as I said, I don't have this hate against the Gunners as probably you have. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm neutral. I'm neutral.
Yeah.
Lastly, I just want to ask, what do you think the score will be today?
Now, if I aim for Tottenham to win, let's say 3-2, 3 goals from Son and 2 from Haaland.
Wow. Okay. A hat trick for Son. All right.
Yeah, let's go for that.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye. All right. So first of all, where are you guys from?
We are from South Korea.
Both of you?
Yes, from South Korea.
Okay. And what's your name?
Teo.
Teo.
Youngin.
Okay, I'm Julian. Nice to meet you. So first of all, the question is, what are your predictions on today's score against a quite unbeatable City side?
I think 3-2.
3-2.
Yes. Tottenham 2 and City 3 because City is more stronger than Tottenham. But I wish that Sony score again. So, yes.
That's quite, considering City is strong, it's quite a good scoreline. What about you?
I guess the Tottenham 2 and Man City 1.
Okay. So you actually think that Spurs is going to win today?
Yeah.
But you know that potentially means that you might be handing the title to Arsenal. Because Arsenal need to get a win today. Arsenal need Spurs to get a win today, and then it's all in their hands. What do you think about that?
Yes, that's why I say Tottenham will lose today about Sony's goals because I hate Arsenal. Oh, I don't like it. I cannot see it anymore.
Brilliant. That's a true Spurs fan speaking right there. And what do you think about that? Same opinion?
Yeah. I hate Arsenal winner in this Premier League winner season.
Okay.
But I want to Tottenham win versus Man City.
Sure. So just one last thing. You do know that you guys are still playing for Champions League spots, so that would be pretty big, and you'll get quite a bit of a bonus for that. And you don't care about that. You rather lose than Arsenal win the title.
Yes, because Tottenham always, it is hard to go to Champions League this season, even though. So I think it is more worse than Arsenal wins.
Okay.
Arsenal defeat the leagues. It is the worst thing that I think ever. I don't like it.
I like your passion. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
All the best. See you. Good? All right, first of all, my name's Julian.
My name's Raphael. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you for joining us. It's crazy how we stumbled across an Arsenal fan amongst quite a lot of Spurs fans and probably City fans as well. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I'm an Arsenal fan as well, undercover. Yes, sorry, I might have to edit out. Anyways, so just want to ask, what do you think the result today will be? And are you hoping, do you think Spurs has a chance against City?
I do think they actually got a chance, really and truly. Like considering, like they're the only hope, really and truly, that we got, really and truly. But I think they'll do a job. Even if it's a draw, that's good enough for us.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
I think so too, yeah. Statistically, it would be. Obviously, it'll come down to goal difference, but it'll come down to the last game. And I think then it will be in our hands, right?
think so, but they're not too far away from us goal difference. I didn't realise that they won 4-0, then they won like a couple more goals. So yeah, they got a lot of goals.
We're lucky we got the goals early on in the season, which helped a lot.
I'm telling you, it really does.
Okay, and so what do you think the score will be? Do you think it will be a close game? You said you don't mind a draw or something.
I think it'll either be close or someone's going to win it by 1 goal. Either 2-1 or maybe even 1-1 or 1-0.
And if you were a Spurs fan and you were in this position, would you want the same thing opposite way around?
Like for like an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
Obviously they hate us innit, and we hate them innit, but they're so ridiculous. They'll rather lose here, so we don't win the league. That's the kind of mentality they got. So they really got nothing to win for or live for really.
Yeah.
Useless piece of fans innit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's spoken with true passion. But at the end of the day, I think the manager came out and said that that's definitely not something that they're going to go for. But I think the fans are definitely voicing that for sure.
Of course, the fans and the players is two different things in it. But the players are going to go out there and try to win the game. If they do win the game, it's a result for us. If they draw, a result for us. If they lose, it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, even if they lose, statistically it comes down to the last game, so you never know. But today, I think, is the only chance, in my opinion.
I say so, and we still got to do a job against Everton as well, you know. So yeah,
a tough one.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for standing around, and all the best. See you soon. Bye. Oh, hello. What's your name?
I'm Jazz.
Hi, Jazz. Nice to meet you. Thank you for joining us today. So we have quite a few questions. Not too many, but question number one will probably be. What do you think the score is going to be in today's quite competitive match, I would say?
Oh, the thing is, as a Spurs fan, I should probably predict Spurs to win, but I don't know. Man City are playing well, so probably I want to say 2-1 Spurs because I have faith.
Oh, that's good. That's good. And who do you think is going to get you the goals? Because 2-1 is a good victory. Well, who do you think is going to get you the goals?
I want to believe Sonny Boy, and then I think. I don't know, maybe a repeat of last time and have Van der Veen. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spurs have made it extremely difficult for City to get any sort of result recently. Obviously, today is a little bit different. I'm hoping that they can get some level of good result today. But what do you think about the potential that the outcome of today's match will potentially put Arsenal in kind of like favourites of potentially winning the title? What do you think about that?
Oh, obviously it's not ideal, is it? So I feel like there's a bit of a mixed. I mean, as you can see, it's quite quiet. There's not a lot of chanting out here. So I feel like, yeah, it's a hard one really, because obviously all the Spurs fans want Spurs to win.
Sure.
But then I think today's a little bit different because I think there's nothing worse than giving Arsenal that that title.
Even though you have the Champions League to play for still, that's a potential.
That's what I'm saying. So I still want Spurs to win. I think it will benefit us in many ways, but I think if we do, it would just be like it'll be a hard pill to swallow. Weirdly today. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I believe. Do you have any questions for us?
What do you think the score's going to be?
Well, you know what? I'm actually not to say, but I'm an undercover Arsenal fan. So that's probably not. I didn't start with that. But thank you for.
Come on, you Spurs.
So no, today for the next 90 minutes, I am genuinely a Spurs fan.
Oh, I bet you are.
Yeah, so
You're a Spurs fan.
I'm really hoping that you guys get the result, so that it's in our hands. So that would be lovely.
Okay, who's your all-time favourite Arsenal player?
Wow, there's a lot of players that I could pick, but I'm going to have to go with the Hall of Famer, Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
He's done a lot for the club. I guess during that time we could have won more, but we just obviously it was a very difficult time, and the fact that we won as much as we did was still pretty good. But yeah, I would say Thierry Henry.
Okay, well, good luck today, Arsenal fan.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Brilliant. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Right, so to complete the vlog, we're going to have a post-match chat. We've just come home, we've had some food, we've had time to digest the match. We've gone TikTok viral by our standards at the very least.
Yeah, that's pretty
For some
incredible.
reason I starred in it, which was fun.
We'll leave a link in the bio or description.
I'll try to remember to do that. Please follow us on TikTok and all our socials. But anyways, what did you think of the match? So 2-0 loss.
Yeah.
So in the end, I do owe Julian for the tickets.
I'm sorry about that. I was genuinely going to pay you.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm
non-receipt
not
payment.
that sorry about it. It was. I'll be honest. Let me go first.
Sure.
It was the weirdest game to go watch. It was
Yeah.
the final home game of the season, and normally you'd want to go to your team and watch them win. It's my first experience at any football match. I'm glad it was a home match. I'm glad it was a Spurs match. Loved the stadium. I think the atmosphere was great. I think it looked great. The stadium itself, I mean. I would say that it was a little bit cringy, and I'm going to use that. It's a little bit cringy the way a lot of our focus was on Arsenal, but unfortunately that's just the position we're in this year.
Yep.
I think we need to, as a club, remember where we were at the start of the season and where people paced us at the start of the season. An unknown manager, a lot of people leaving, specifically Kane leaving, and we were being placed like mid to lower end of the table by a lot of people. The fact that we're missing out on Champions League football is a big blow, but with a calm mind, and by the way, I love you guys in the TikTok comments going mad. You do you, drives engagement for us. But I will say, what do you want rivals to do? Do you want me to be happy that we gave the league to Arsenal? Or what? Like, I don't understand where you guys are coming from, this perspective of, I can't believe you would be like, small club mentality. It's like, no, this is just where we're at. We lost to the potential league champions and current treble holders. Okay. I don't think that's too bad. We've come fifth, and based on
a lot closer than we would have expected in terms of the quality.
Yeah, and I would say we had chances, and we certainly didn't just give the game away.
No, that's for sure.
And also looking at next season and looking at, based on the evidence of this season, getting Champions League is like a poison chalice to me, especially if your club is not ready for it. We, as Tottenham, have had an injury-plagued season. We don't have enough depth in our squad, really, to compete in the Champions League and on four fronts, right? So if we were in the Champions League, we'd have to compete. We'd have to qualify first because we'd be in the fourth position. We would be then if we say we made it through that, we'd have to compete like everybody else does in the big leagues on four fronts. I don't think we're ready for that. We don't have the squad depth for that.
No, I don't
We
think
need
so.
to build. This is our first season under Ange, right? So I think Europa League, fine. Yeah, people are going to say you don't have as much money, fine. But I don't think Tottenham is driven by money, and actually is one of the few clubs in the Premier League who are not in financial trouble because of the way they've done business. Man City being an example, Chelsea being an example, Newcastle being an example, Manchester United being an example. Like, these clubs are just out here, just, willy-nilly about to get caught and relegated, basically.
At the same time, spending money to the extent that Tottenham have, it's actually not far off, and I think far off to the level that Arsenal have spent anyway. So, but spending money doesn't bring success. So,
Chelsea.
yeah, I just hope that Tottenham can only get better from now on. It would be nice to see them get top four. They played very well today, better than I expected. I just feel like that Son moment is what literally capped it off, because him missing and then the ball going over to the other end for the counter and giving away the penalty, I think that was the deciding moment of the game.
It was, but I would say, do you not feel like the atmosphere was very weird in the stadium?
Yeah,
Because
it was, especially where we were.
It wasn't that. So we were in.
We
the
were
home
somewhat
side.
also distracted by that atmosphere because I missed out on the first City goal.
I saw it,
Yeah.
but I would say that the atmosphere was weird because even when I'm watching in my own home or in a sports bar or in a pub or something, when we concede, it hurts. It makes me not want to watch the match. I didn't have that feeling in this game.
No. That's
And
because of the people around us, and I think also the media, the way they've driven this sort of like notion where even if they didn't want to, even some Arsenal pundits as well were pushing it as well. That why would Tottenham even want to perform and stuff? I think a lot of this has somewhat manipulated the fans in thinking and acting the way they did. More so
A little
than
bit,
anything.
but I would say logically, I would come to the same conclusion. And I mean, we're going to refer back to the TikTok comments because, you know, those are the things that are fresh on our minds. But I personally would say, and, you know, I think you are a quite level-headed Arsenal fan relative to most Arsenal fans. I think if the situation were reversed, if we were going to win the league and you guys like were in that same position. So one of the things was a lot of the chants and a lot of the match, the fans were very focused on Arsenal, and it felt to me a little bit like, you know, I agree with the comment to some degree, a little bit of a small club mentality. But I think it's more of a reflection of where the clubs are right now. Arsenal are challenging for a title and, you know, made it to like the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Spurs weren't in European competition and are struggling to fight for 4th place and might not even make 5th place, right? So I think that's just where the clubs are at. It's important, I think, to think if the situations were reversed, perhaps the chanting would go the other way. I would like us to focus on ourselves more. I would hope that next season, other than beating the sheer title of Arsenal, you know, in the North London derby, that we can focus on ourselves and getting foreign competitions. But we're just not there right now. Overall, I think it was a great match day experience for me. I think I had quite a lot of fun.
Yeah, so did I. It was a good match to go to, whatever the result was going to be. It was the competitive match, I think, we maybe didn't expect.
Yeah, I didn't expect it to be competitive. I genuinely thought Spurs would basically... I was saying at half-time, like, hey, we've demonstrated that we can, you know, take it to Man City and hold them to a 0-0.
Yeah.
How about we just rest our players, have a longer off-season, and just put on the academy players and then sort of, you know, give them some experience.
And they didn't do that. They should have, I think. I think that would have...
I think that would have made me feel even better. But, you know, it's never nice to lose. But this is one of those situations where, like, a loss didn't feel as bad as a loss.
Yeah.
You know? What I was saying was, what I really regret is why didn't we play like this and to this level against Arsenal, basically? Why didn't we do
or
that?
other teams in general.
Yeah, I would say I agree.
Yeah, would have resulted in a better finish, in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, so overall we also were able to get a lot of good interviews as a whole, meeting different type of people,
which you'll have seen cut into this blog.
Yeah,
hopefully.
So that was fun. We also interviewed on Goal.
Oh yeah, shout out to Goal.
pretty
You
sick.
might see their video reposted on our channel.
Yeah.
And if they ask
Some
us to
interesting
take that.
questions that were fired
Yeah.
at us, quite entertaining.
Don't kill me in the comments. Look, man, sometimes you just need to. Sometimes you just need to say your truth. Don't kill me in the comments. I am a casual. Deal with it.
We had better Bundesliga knowledge than we expected.
Yeah, I mean, I genuinely, I mean, you know, this wasn't meant to be part of the vlog, but genuinely, Bundesliga is like my second league. I think it's the most exciting league for me to watch.
It's been my second league always. Yeah.
And, you know, you might call me a glory hunter, but like Leverkusen is kind of my sleeper pick team. Like Son came from there. Wirtz has been killing it for a while. Like as a young, like I remember he had the FIFA, you know, young star card, whatever it was.
Sure.
So, you know, I'm so happy that they might be like a triple champion undefeated. That would be sick. That would be legendary.
Only time will tell.
Only time will tell. 3 matches to go. Shout out to the Bundesliga. And also shout out to Royce Questions and Royce's retirement. I wish him well. I hope he wins the biggest prize there is at the tail end of his great career.
Yep.
And please just don't let Real Madrid win it. Like, please. Like, it's so boring if Real Madrid win it. Like, it'll be good for Bellingham winning the like Ballon d'Or potentially if, you know, England actually make it far and, you know, the bookies are right and England do win the Euros, which, you know, I don't think England ever perform well, and I just don't see England winning under Southgate. That's a different podcast. That's a different... We'll have this conversation nearer to the time, but...
I have a strong feeling about Dortmund that they can do well. They're playing some good football. Bundesliga didn't really click for them this season, but they're definitely showing it in the Champions League. So I hope they can get the job done.
I hope so too. Right. Anyways, that's it from us. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. Shout out to the commenters in our TikTok and check out the rest of our socials. Check out the rest of our content. Let us know what you'd like to watch. Do you enjoy more matchday vlogs like this? Do you enjoy more podcasts? What questions you want asked? We could do a Q&A at some point where we are approaching 700. I think when we reach 1,000, we'll do a 1,000 subscriber Q&A.
Yeah, and do you leave us a comment in the comment section below if you want us to be at the Champions League final, interviewing a few people. We probably won't get tickets for it because it's a bit pricey, but
they're at least £2,500.
yeah, pretty nuts. Probably best watching it at home.
Yeah, you'll probably get better experiences.
Unless it was Arsenal or Tottenham in the final.
It wouldn't be Tottenham, but if it were Arsenal, I feel like you might pay.
I think I would have gone. And I was willing to go watch the semi-finals if Arsenal would have been able to like
make it.
But hey, it's what it is. Anyway,
Peace out.
thanks.
All right, cool.